Hello, I'm Julie Garnier from Rustic Cottage Co. and welcome to my channel. I am located in the northwest of England, but I have travelled quite a lot around the different countries, US, Canada and Mexico mostly, but also around the Caribbean. Through my journey of travel, I've learned to love the different styles of decoration, home decor and furniture, and started my own business creating and selling for myself. My channel here on YouTube, Rustic Cottage Co, is now doing so well. I am happy to create every week a different video to show you furniture, home decor of different styles, shabby chic, rustic, primitive, shabby chic, farmhouse, lots of different ideas. I love them all. I am equally all and differently. I hope I inspire you to create too, and I hope you enjoy this video. Thanks for watching. I'm Julie from Rustic Cottage Co. Hello and welcome. I'm Julie from Rustic Cottage Co and welcome to my channel. If you're new, I'm Julie and welcome to the channel. I do crafts, I do furniture, I do home decor, and it's been quite a year. This week's video is going to be part 2 of looking back on the year and what I've gotten up to and the things that I've done, and I hope you enjoy. This is my Christmas special, looking back through the year, the second half of the year, and to wish you all a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And I hope you enjoy this video. I'm going to be looking back on some of the things that I've created and some of the experience I've had through this year. It's been quite a year. If you've already been following me, then you will know it's been a year. It certainly has a lot of huge changes, and I hope that you enjoy following my story, as I've had a story this year. You've been following my journey, and you also are very much inspired through what I create, as that's the one thing, no matter what goes on in my life, when I'm creating, I feel just relaxed and inspired myself. So as I say, let's get on with this week's video, and it's got the mix of what I've been doing through the year, going to be showing you, and I hope you enjoy. First up, the biggest thing I loved to do while in Canada was farmhouse, rustic, you know, that kind of thing, a touch of shabby chic, but farmhouse rustic was my huge thing in Canada. That was big. You know, if you, I don't know, have you watched the show Yellowstone? My favourite. If I could live on a ranch, I can't even ride a horse, I don't know why I'm saying this, but if I could live on a ranch, I think that would do me for a little bit. But unfortunately I'm not living on a ranch. I actually moved from Canada to England this year, and the second half of the year will show a little bit of my journey of that and why it transferred and what's happening in my life. But just going back to the subject of farmhouse and rustic, first few photos I'm going to show you are things that I've created from basically going to a thrift store and then transforming it into my style, making it more rustic and making it farmhouse looking. And there's the cockerel, and then I do the book stacks, those are a little bit farmhouse, and then just going to a thrift store and finding things that I think just would, they cost next to nothing and look amazing. Take a look. Weren't they cute? I enjoyed making and creating those. Next coming up is just a few other things. One, as I said last week, my favourite things to do is creating coffee stations, or if you may want to change it into a hot cocoa bar for Christmas time and New Year's time, but a hot chocolate station, hot chocolate bar or coffee bar was my favourite thing, using different old pieces of furniture, some that just, I mean, a baby change table. I used a baby change table to turn it into a coffee bar. So those were my favourite things to do, and here's one of them that I have done. I had around May, June, I got one huge piece of furniture and I turned it into 3 different pieces. There was a entryway table, coffee table, and the coffee bar. I turned it into 3 different pieces, and that was a challenge, but I love a challenge. Take a look. In the next couple of pictures are some of the things that are a little bit smaller, a little bit more home decor, and I pick up things from thrift stores and dollar stores and different things like that. And what I like to do is create a small little display, whether it's a tray with some just home decor on it, or a riser that I've created out of something that was free or next to nothing, or just finding a vase, or turning something into a light, that kind of thing, and just making a small little kind of display to put on either a coffee table or a side furniture piece. Those I enjoy those. Those are cute, they're tiny, and I think they're so pretty. Take a look. Now, doing those little displays was lots of fun, and as I say, they always look great on a coffee table. And up next are a couple of the different coffee tables that I did, different styles, different ones. Mostly the farmhouse rustic look with the pallet wood on top was quite often my favourite, but I did a huge amount of coffee tables this last year, especially at the beginning half of the year. And those are always fun to do. They always sell before I've even finished them, and I just love creating farmhouse coffee tables. So I hope you like these too. Let me know which one's your favourite. Is it the painted green one with the stained top, or maybe the farmhouse rustic looking one with the pallet wood on? What's your style? This piece was a little coffee table, but I actually didn't want it to be a coffee table, so I took the legs off. I put the legs onto another piece and created a coffee table. But with this piece, I actually raised it up, gave it a shelf underneath, and turned it into an entryway table. To me, it just seemed, with the width of it, that's what I saw, and that's how I create. I see what the piece looks like, and then a vision appears. Magic, I don't know, Christmas. And I see what it could be, and then the challenge goes that I go backwards on the steps of how to, and that's how I create. That's what makes me create furniture especially, but also all kinds of things. I just get this image of what it would look like at the end, and quite often when I take a photo at the end, of course I enhance the photo, make it look pretty for you to all have a look at, but it's even better. And that's why I love doing this. Take a look at this piece. This next one wasn't even from this year. It's from basically a year ago, like the year before. I did put it in for the one reason of that my channel is now over 15,000 subscribers, and I'm so proud, I'm so happy. Unfortunately, it was mostly due to this one video, this one piece, this one creation, mason jar with decoupage with a napkin, and that one video went viral. It went 350,000 plus viewers and still climbing. It got me into being able to change my channel into being able to receive a tiny little bit of money, which I do, and I'm very grateful for YouTube for doing that. Unfortunately, it doesn't pay the bills. It's not an income, it's just a tiny little bit. I'm still very small, as my other videos didn't quite go the way this one did, but I keep sneaking in there. I can see it looks really amazing. It came out wonderful. It was very great. It looks so pretty, but still I kind of shake my head and think, why that one? What do you think? So this one is the main reason this channel just went crazy. I'm enjoying doing the channel, I'm enjoying doing the videos each week, and I hope you are too. Let me know what you want to see and how else I can inspire you. But this one here, take a look next, is why the channel is doing so well. And then, unfortunately, things went different. I moved countries. I had personal reasons to do it. It just started kind of my life through the COVID, a few other things going on. I wasn't happy. I love doing the creating and I continue to do it. But I moved countries. I left my family, my children, my grandchildren, and my home, my car, clothing. I only took one suitcase with me, and I got on a plane and I moved back to England from Canada. Moved in with my parents. Now I'm helping them out a little bit, and as they're getting older, we'll help them obviously more and more to take care of them. One of the reasons I moved, but I just needed that change in my life. It was very much needed. I was going through a very difficult time, and this is not the platform to complain about my life, but I do want you to know that I had to do it. I had to move. I had to get away and I had to start again. So at 50 years old, I moved countries again. 32 years after coming to Canada, I moved back to England, and that was the biggest shock well, not in my life, but in a very long time. You'd think, oh, going back to England, you know, even people say my English accent is completely back now already. That's simple, that's where you're from. But even though I grew up here, I left here when I was 18 years old. I've never been an adult other than 18 in this country, in England. I'd never done taxis, I'd never driven, I'd never learned to drive, and I'm still not driving here. I couldn't remember the money because it had changed slightly. I mean, some of it was the same, but you know, even just the money, the currency, completely foreign to me. I know a lot of English stuff, and I knew a little bit of how to get around the area I lived. But even though each corner I walked, I kind of thought, is it this way? To different places. So it was almost like going to a new country. Of course I know the language, of course I've been here before, and I did return on lots of vacations to visit my family. But even so, I came here July, middle of July, and it's now December, Christmas, and it still feels like I'm away rather than home. But each day, one day at a time, in each creation, it will become my home, and this is where I am, and this is where I'm staying, and life has got to go on and life has got to continue, and that's what I've got to make it, and I hope you come with me too. So my first week here, and I continue to do some small videos even though it was a very emotional time for me. And I went out and I walked around the town and the park and the village and showed you my new area of where I grew up and where I come back to. Here's one of the pictures. This next picture is actually the first. This tiny little, I think it's a TV stand, and I turned it into a tiny little coffee table. Yeah, another coffee table for in my room to go next to my new chair, which is this one that I ordered myself. And I was creating a space in my room for my privacy, my comfort and my joy to start my new life. Remember, I only came over to this country with one suitcase. So I did this little coffee table and I transferred it, and I even used the transfers from Hocus Pocus and added onto it. It came out cute, it came out adorable, and it was my first piece of furniture. I hope to do lots more pieces of furniture next year and just build and create and inspire. What do you think of this one? Do you remember me doing it? So now for the Christmas things, and I did quite a few little small Christmas items to decorate my room. I did an advent, it was kind of an advent little house. I did some tiny little village houses with snow on, and I did some candles, I've got them right here next to me, and I did the deer in the photo, in the frame I mean. I did lots of little things just to make my room a little bit Christmassy. I bought a tree for downstairs and just created as I'm looking forward to Christmas this year. It'll be a little bit different. It's not quite the same. You know, you don't have your grandchildren. But I'm looking forward to it. And this year means that I can spend Christmas with my family of my parents and my sister. I haven't had Christmas with my parents in my home where I grew up for a very long time. I did one time come back for Christmas for a vacation and spent a little bit at my sister's house, and my parents came over. But this will be the first time I actually have Christmas Day, Christmas dinner in the house that I grew up in, having Christmas dinner. So that's different. Well, it'll be nice, it'll be nice. It's going to be quiet, it'll be small, I'll be with my parents. My sister's going to pop by in the morning. I'm sure we'll have some mulled wine. If you're not sure what mulled wine is, look it up. It's very English tradition over here and tastes really good. And we'll be having some treats and just spending some time with my parents, a little bit of a quieter Christmas. And we've just picked out our favourite foods, and I've been watching a few of my favourite movies, Christmas movies, and a few drinks, and just having a lovely time sharing it with my parents. It's been a long time, and definitely we're gonna, no matter what this year, I said to them, I'm gonna have Christmas with you. You never know what the future will bring. You never know what's around the corner. As you can see from me, July, I literally snapped and got on a plane. You never know what's around the corner. So I don't know what's around the corner for next year. But I'm going to hopefully take you with me, and I'm going to travel a little bit, get to know different parts of England, and hopefully take you around and show you around and just give you a glimpse of what English is, the history, the place, the architecture, the different places, and then maybe a little bit more go out into Europe and do a few things in Europe and show you that too. In between I'll be doing some crafts, some home decor and some furniture. I don't know what's around the corner. I'm just going one day at a time, 1 week at a time, and making sure I take some time for myself, especially in creating. I hope you come with this journey with me, and I hope also that you tell your friends. I am so wanting this channel to keep going, keep doing what it is, and I would love to go back into doing it full time. Right now, unfortunately, financially, it can't be that for me because I don't have the store, and the channel, unfortunately, even though I got a tiny little bit, it's not enough to live on. But please, tell your friends, share, comment, like, whatever you can do to help. And also, if you can't, just watch and enjoy. And thank you for watching throughout this year. If you're new, welcome, and make sure you enjoy all through next year. And most of all, have a wonderful Christmas no matter where you are in the world. Enjoy it, make the most of it, and see you in the new year. Merry Christmas. Thank you for watching. I'm Julie Garnier from Rustic Cottage Co. Don't forget to subscribe.